Hello everybody, this is the post-match interview, or whatever you call it. Coming off of a 2-0 victory. I'm joking, it was 0-0.
If only.
But
Right.
yeah.
Let's start by
Once
me.
again we're with Yid Dad, and
As you can see, since we last spoke, we both go and had our haircuts for the game.
a lot of things can
Max
happen
is
in
all-
9 hours.
Max is all shaved. Me not so much. Plenty of grey hairs, more grey hairs after the match today. So we're back. One thing we must start by saying, well done Maxwell. Maxwell must have consulted with Jose Mourinho. He got the Spurs lineup spot on. And then to add insult to me, he also got the substitutes spot on. I don't know how he does it,
And it's
but he
for
does
added
it.
time.
But he does it.
You just got half time right.
Only thing I would have wished he had gotten right was the score today. But what do you think, Max, about the 0-0?
I think it was horrible of what Lo Celso did, and of how they never bring Bale on.
I think Bale could have had some attacking prowess up there, and perhaps we could have gotten a goal. But Spurs didn't look ever like they were going to score. Chances weren't there, possession weren't there. I think Mourinho's game plan was simply to go there, pick up 1 point, and stay top of the log. Regroup next week. Next week we should have a much easier game against you know who. We do not mention that team's name in this house, but you know who I'm
Yeah,
talking
because
about.
we will get demonetized because of saying the A word.
That team to whom that snake of our defender went back in the day. But all in all, I think we have to be happy with 1 point. It's enough to see us return to the top of the table, so we can spend another week prefixing the name Tottenham Hotspur with Premier League leaders Tottenham Hotspur. Max, what else can we say about the game? Chelsea
I
tried,
thought,
couldn't break us down.
What I think is that there was a lot of mistakes that we made. I think now we actually could have played Davidson Sanchez, and yeah.
Yeah, I think at 65 minutes, Bale should have been on the pitch. Because Chelsea should have been on the pitch at that time already. But who are we to tell Mourinho? Who are we? I think you got a bit more credit with Mourinho because you know what goes on in his mind.
So player ratings, Lloris.
Didn't have much to do, but I will give him a 7. He came through when the shot came from
Giroud.
Mount.
Giroud. Oh yeah.
He saved us with a mistake that Dyer, so he did what he was supposed to do. I'll give him a even 7.
I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10.
Okay,
Barely did anything.
that's fair as well. I can't disagree with that. What about Rodon? You
Rodon,
had your bets on Rodon. I was very surprised they played Rodon.
8.4.
8.4.
Really solid performance.
Don't think he was as confident as he's supposed to be, but good performance. I can't fault him. You can see he needs to get used to the team still, but Mourinho showed faith in him. I'll give him a 6.
What do you think about Dyer?
Dyer, I'm going to give him a 6. He was a little bit reckless on 2 or 3 occasions. Nearly lost the game for us. Could have easily lost the game for us. But I'll give him a 6. All in all, he did the business at the back. I always worry when he's tackling in the box. I worry about handballs and fouls. But 6. Region, I'll give him an 8. Did the business again. Didn't do those unnecessary tackles this week. 8 out of 10.
But that freaking run of his that keeps on making this silly. He should be passing.
I think Mourinho must rein him in a bit for that. Who was at the back? Aurier on the right back.
Yeah, Oreo.
Oreo.
I rate him a 1 out of 10. Actually, no.
1? Are you nuts?
I'm crazy.
You had a very good
No,
game.
9
I think
out
it
of
was
10.
solid. Yeah, I agree. Well, we
Because
agree
of
on
that
that
one
one.
shot.
9 out of 10. That's one thing we can agree on. Midfield, Hoiberg,
Hoiberg,
7, I'd say. Did what he's supposed to do.
4 out of 10.
4.
It's passing backwards.
Well, I think that was his instruction from Mourinho. You don't.
Yeah, but you can't just pass
don't-
back when it's an important game.
Okay, let's just agree to disagree. Who else was in the middle?
Dombele,
Dombele.
bringing
again,
out some skills.
Solid game. He was substituted. But I think it. Again, good as it gets in the midfield, I'd give him a 7.5.
Okay. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, usual clinical passing, wasn't really allowed to play today. I'm sure that was part of Lampard's plans to keep a tight eye, Son and Kane. I'd give them both, to be fair to them, I'd give them both a 7. Didn't stand out, didn't do anything spectacular, but to be fair, they weren't allowed to play their game. Chelsea did well. Chelsea did well in keeping them at bay. Who else was in the middle? That Son who was on the right. Dombele.
Right. Bergwijn.
Bergwijn was good. I'd give him an 8.
I agree.
But he was substituted, and we're missing one player who was in the middle. Where's your team sheet?
It was Bale.
No, Bale was on the bench. He didn't come and play at all. Who did we put for? Mora came on. Mora and Chelsea. Let's give them both a 6. They did. Ben Davis came on very late.
No, he never even came on. He never got to play.
Oh, didn't he come on?
Just like.
Anyway. But for the rest of it, who would you say was our best player? I think it was. I'm gonna give our best player to Dombele.
I'm giving it to Aurier.
Yeah.
Listen.
Could easily have
Now one more thing to say. He put Aurier at centre back.
Yeah, maybe.
See, now
Maybe he would have performed better than Dyer there, that's for sure. But like I said this morning, we're certainly missing Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen in that centre of defence. There's just so much more confidence that they play with that they give you. Dyer and Rodon's always going to make me worried when they're in the middle. But all in all, I think a good weekend. Ended the weekend where we started off. And where's that? As number 1. And that's all that counts at the moment, Max.
I think. But like.
For the rest of it.
How do you think Chelsea played?
Well, again, Chelsea did. I can't fault them. They played well. They pressed hard. They just couldn't break down our defence, unfortunately. And, you know, it would have been a bitter pill to swallow if they had scored. But if they had scored, to be fair, they would have been deserved winners. But it wasn't to be because the mighty Spurs is still number 1. Come on, you Spurs.
Well, I have a few things to say. Yeah.
I've got nothing.
Your
more to say.
lineup was horrible and your score prediction was horrible. Mine was realistic.
Okay.
Make sure you like and
In
subscribe.
retrospect, we should have known this game could. There was a strong likelihood the game would always end in 0-0, and 0-0 it did. We share the spoils. We haven't dropped points in a long time, but
One loss.
so we did. Onwards and upwards. Come on, you Spurs. Next week, Spurs 3, that other
NLD.
team 0.
Bye guys, I'll see you.
We'll talk in the week again when we take on Lask.
We'll see you on
Quick
either
prediction for Lask.
6-0.
I don't think Mourinho's going to play a strong team. We just need to get us over the line. 2-0. See you guys later.
See you guys later. Bye.